scared from the cricket team. Kindly raise hand for it and identify yourself. We'll start with questions in English first.
Can I go?
Yes. So,
Hi Rahul. Firstly, I want to know about your mentality. Before preparing for a mega series like that, you were supposed to play as a middle order, but what mental tweaks you had to when you suddenly got to know that you would be opening and perhaps continue to open now.
I got told quite early. I missed out in the New Zealand series. I didn't play the last two games, so I was told to be ready. There might be a chance for me to open the batting. So I got enough time to prepare. And opening is something that I've done for a long time in my career. So I just had to go back and practice it a little bit more. And yeah, and like I said, I batted a lot in the top of the order, so I know how I need to get my runs and what processes I need to follow. And I got enough practice time. I came here early. I played an India A game, which helped me to get some time in the middle. We played a few practice games as well, so I got a lot of time in the middle. So it was good. It helped me in my preparation.
And as in comfort wise, what do you prefer now that you are a senior batter in the team, middle order slot or an opener?
Anything. I said this before. I just want to be in the playing 11. Fit me in very well, and just want to go there, bat, and play for the team.
Mr. Kaushik.
Rahul, you batted 6 in South Africa, and you came to Hyderabad, you batted 4, and then you went back to 6. Now you are 2. So, just in terms of the mindset, I know you said you opened the opening, but what kind of changes do you have to make, both technically and in terms of how you approach the innings?
I don't know, honestly. I don't have a answer to that. I mean, I just go there, try and see what I need to do in that given scenario, and whenever I walk in, what is it that the team requires, what is it that I need to do to get runs from there on, and yeah, try and keep my game as simple as I can. Yeah, luckily for me, I batted in different positions, so early on when I was asked to bat in different places, it was a bit of a challenge mentally, and not so much technique, but at least mentally how to play those first 20-25 balls, what shots I can play, how early can I attack, how much do I need to, how much I need to be cautious. So those were the things that was a bit tricky early on, but now that I've played in ODIs and in Test cricket all over the place, so it's just given me a little bit of an idea as to how I need to manage my innings and how I need to start. And I feel like it's just the start that's important, whether I'm batting top of the order or in the middle order. It's just the start, the first 30-40 balls. If I can manage that, then everything else starts to seem like it's regular batting. So that's what I try to focus on.
Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah. Rahul, everyone is talking about pink ball test match, especially batting under lights. Everyone is saying that it does a lot under lights. You have batted briefly in Canberra. So how are you preparing for this challenge?
Yeah, this will be my first pink ball test match. So I don't have game experience as much as some of the other players who played. So for us, it's just about speaking to the guys who played and trying to understand what were the things that they found hard, or how did they manage to, if there were any changes that they made. In whatever little we've trained and played the practice game, I felt like it was just a little different to the red ball in terms of how well you see the ball and how well you pick up the ball from the bowler's hand. That's been a bit of a challenge, but yeah, so we've got a bit of time. We've been training hard, and hopefully by the time the game starts, we would have had enough practice sessions and we'll get used to what the pink ball does.
Yeah. Mr. Muthu and then Mr. Mohan.
Hi Rahul, you've opened the batting in a lot of tough places, especially fast bowling friendly pitches and stuff, and you've had a lot of success. How do you work on that? Because it looks like you put a lot of priority in leaving the ball, playing under the eyes, and all of that. So what's your what are the things that the checklist that you have when you go out in the middle and you know the pitch is going to be fast ball friendly and the fast bowlers are going to be coming at you?
Yeah, like I said, I try and keep it really simple. The new ball does move a lot, so you need to respect the first 20-25 overs and and try and soak in the pressure and try and get used to the pace or whatever the wicket's doing. Just try and get used to it, and if you can get through that period, then like I said, batting seems pretty normal to wherever you are in the world. So it's about managing those first 20-25 overs, and like you rightly mentioned, those are the things, those are the key points that you need to really work on, playing the ball late, leaving a lot of balls, and waiting for the bowlers to come to you. Yeah, so those are the things that I try to do, and yeah, I've played in different conditions, so when you do well in different conditions, in pace-friendly conditions, or away from home, you do get a little bit of confidence, and you do understand how you need to do it, and you try and repeat those processes again and again.
Okay. Jaiswal had spoken about the kind of role that you played in helping him during his innings. Could you talk us through, the kind of equation that you were sharing with him, and also in terms of, mental clarity of how you want to sort of go about your innings? Is that something that you already have a very set pattern? You kind of know what you really want to do?
Yeah, with Jaiswal, it's the first time I'm actually batting with him. I don't think we've batted together before this. In first innings, we didn't really get enough time. He got out really early, so. But we did have a few chats before in training sessions as well, and I tried to share whatever little I've learned from playing here in Australia and facing up against the new ball. So those were the conversations that we had. But in the second innings, obviously, it was a really important period that second day where we had to put runs on board, and we knew if we can do that, we'll be ahead in the game. And for that, I've realized how important the opening partnership is when you travel overseas. So just try to speak to him, calm him down, and I could, like I said, I saw a little bit of myself when I was here 10 years ago, opening the batting for the first time. A lot of doubts, a lot of nerves, and you keep doubting your own game, and there's a lot that happens in your head. So the only thing that you can do is to slow things down, try and take a few deep breaths and focus on one thing, and that's what was passed on to me by my fellow opening partner back then, Vijay. So I just passed that on to him, and again, it's the same again with him. Once he got past those first 30-40 balls, he started to feel a little bit more confident, and he was seeing the ball really well, and he batted beautifully. So it was just about trying to help him in that first 30-40 balls, and then he was good.
So how are you different from the opener that was there 10 years ago now? How would you say you have evolved?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I don't have all these thoughts. I do still have all of these thoughts, but I having been there, you know what you need to do to get past that, or get over those doubts, and get over those thoughts you have in your head. And yeah, so whatever I told Jaiswal is what I practiced. So I just told him the same thing.
Okay, well, the way that you dominated Australia in the first test, how much confidence does that give the team, and do you feel like you have a mental edge over them going into this match?
Yeah, really happy with the way we played, and it does give you a lot of confidence when you travel to Australia and win the first game and win it in a way that we did in Perth, especially in Perth. I mean, so much being spoken about Perth being the fastest wicket in Australia, and teams that travel here have really struggled there. So yes, we have taken a lot of confidence from that. But yeah, Perth is back in Perth. We try and move on. It's a different place, different condition. Pink ball is going to be different. Yeah, so take the confidence from that game and really use that in this game, and try and one thing that's been spoken a lot in the dressing room is to win sessions and not really worry about winning the whole game, or talking about what happens on day 4 or day 5. It's just about winning each session. So yeah, we're trying to do that again and see where we go.
Rahul, have you been told where you are going to bat in this test, and would it be that your choice as well?
I've been told, but I've also been told not to share it. We'll have to wait for day 1, or maybe when the captain comes in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, the digression. I mean, back home at the Jaiswal Stadium, the proposal to name the stands after many legends you've grown up idolizing. And is there a secret hope that one day your name will come up on the stands?
Yeah, I mean, everyone wishes for it, but yeah, I mean, I'll have to get as many runs as the people that have their names on the stands. So if I can do that, then, yeah, then maybe. But I don't really.
And how do you react to the development? This development?
Yeah, I think it's too soon. I haven't reached that.
No, not about you. About the proposal to name the stands after the legends.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's just respecting what um, the players have done for that state and for the country. And yeah, I'm sure for everybody it's a huge honor when you see your name, a stand being named after you. So yeah, it'll be lovely for anybody.
Okay, you guys got to prepare with a lot of, I guess, privacy at Perth, the training sessions and all of that. Last night, big crowd at training. Like, what was that like as an experience? And I suppose, I guess I guess there's a tradition of spectators coming to watch training in Australia.
Yeah, very different. Not used. I mean, we have practice, but with crowds, but it's mostly T20s and ODIs back home. We've had crowds come in and watch our practice sessions. So yeah, it felt a little different, but yeah, also adds to your preparation for the test match and gave us a little bit of what we can expect on day one or all the days here in Adelaide. So it was good.
Rahul, you mentioned it a few times, like what you learned from 10 years ago. Does it feel like it's been 10 years since you made your test debut here? I mean, I think you're clean shaven, you're still soft spoken, but how much has changed in you, in your life? I mean, not about the batting bit, but just you, the person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 10 years ago, like I said, it was my first test series and watched India-Australia series growing up on TV, waking up at 5 in the morning, watching the games with my father. So it was a bit surreal to be here at that moment. And yeah, so there's a lot more going on in my head at that time, and I honestly feel like I wasn't really as sure as I am today. I wasn't back then 10 years ago about batting and what I need to do, about how to get runs, how to handle the pressure, how to keep away the noises and all of that. So yeah, learned a lot in these 10 years and really grateful for everything that I've had to go through, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, everything. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next 10 years and hopefully Australia is where it started for me 10 years ago. Hopefully this is the start for something great in the next half of my career.
But does it feel like 10 years? Like, or has it flown by, or has it felt like 10 years?
Feels like 25, honestly. But yeah, with the amount of injuries I've had, time away from the sport, yeah, feels long. But yeah, I've enjoyed every bit of it.
What is it that you found different about the pink ball in practice? And have you been approaching things differently because it's a pink ball?
No, these few days have only been about understanding how the ball reacts and how easy or hard it is to play against the pink ball. If you look at all the games that have been played with the pink ball, it hasn't really lasted a long time. So that tells you that there will be a lot of help for the fast bowlers and there will be a lot of seaming. That's something that we faced even in the nets, but that happened even in Perth on day one. There was a lot of seam movement, and I'm sure that will be the same. But it was just a bit different to pick up the pink ball off the hand, and wasn't as easy as facing up against a white or a red ball. So yeah, that's something that we'll have to get over and get used to.
Yeah, just to follow up with that again, like you mentioned, this is going to be your first pink ball test, and a lot of others who've not played. India has not played a lot of pink ball cricket. So if you could just elaborate a little bit more on the cues that you maybe get, especially the twilight period. I know you've got a few more sessions coming, not just from a batter's point of view, but also from the slip cordon's point of view. With the extra lacquer, how does the ball feel? Does it have a tendency to pop out? So just some more of the cues that the team's talking about in the preparation of the test.
Yeah, the ball seems a bit more harder than the red ball. While fielding as well, you can feel it hitting your hand a lot quicker and a lot harder. Same with batting, it just seems to get to you much quicker than the red ball. It does seam around a little bit more than the red ball. So yeah, that's the challenge we're looking forward to. And like you said, for me it's exciting because it's my first pink ball game, so I'm going in with a clean slate and go there and see what really happens and try and face up to whatever comes my way.
So anything different in practice, like maybe just a lot more facing a lot many more bowlers than just the side up?
Yeah, I mean, whatever the players prefer is just about, like I said, picking the ball off the hand has been a bit tricky for some of the boys. So whether it's facing up against bowlers or facing up against throwdowns or just someone throwing balls at you, it's just getting used to seeing the ball off someone's hand and just getting used to that. And I feel like that's step one of a batter. If you can pick that, then you give yourself the best chance to react and be in good positions. So yeah, that's been something that all batters have been speaking about and trying to play a lot more balls so that you get used to it.
This will be the final one. Yes. So
Yeah, you have a habit of tattoos that you didn't pick up from many countries. I don't know whether you've done it the first time you came in Australia.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Second time as well.
Okay, so what are you going to do? Is it the tattoo here or stop after marriage?
No. Have it scheduled for after the last test in Sydney.
So you have identified what
It's personal, that's personal.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.